Okay, this is drawn out. This is what I'm gonna take out of this leg for the cross brace for the pocket. I just want to go over a chisel. This is a particular chisel I'm using right now, but if you find a chisel, the old socket chisels, some of the old antique socket chisels, they really knew what they were doing. To remove the handle, just kind of tap on it. That handle won't split. You could hammer on it all day long with a mallet. Well, you could see how that functions. There's nowhere for it to go, and it transfers the energy right down to the blade. If you find one at a flea market and it has pitting, rust is okay, but if it has pitting, as you sharpen it, those pits will leave little scallops that won't be able to sharpen because the metal is literally missing. So like there's some rust there, but it isn't pitted, so that won't matter. These are really good chisels. It doesn't matter the brand. You know, there's different, you know, this is an old Stanley, real desirable chisel, short guy butt chisel. This leather on the end, if that was just squared wood, if you hammered on it, the wood could chip and break down. If it was a square, that's all that is. And there's wood in the middle there that actually transfers the energy. This is a modern reproduction of an antique Stanley chisel. I love these. I have the whole set, but this end's rounded off for a reason. That same reason as you hammer on it. If it was just blunt and squared off, the wood could possibly chip. But the way these are shaped, you know, this surface is flat, this is square, it's a nice reference. But as you chisel in, this beveled edge tends to drive the chisel that way. So if I were to chisel this line out, I would stay just off the line a little bit. If you could see that or not. As it goes in, that bevel will force the chisel towards the line a little bit. And how I did this pocket with the handsaw, I cut down to this line. You can see this one better. Down to this line and up to this line. So half my work is done. But as I gouge this out, I have to chisel over here, and I started tap, 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 but then I had to come back and remove that little bit so I could go a little deeper to allow room for that little bevel there. I like using a straight edge. You could use a carpenter's square, anything straight. This is a nice flat, dense surface. Set it there, and I put the chisel up to it. You don't have to do this. You could eyeball it and get it really accurate, but that's just how I roll with it. So now I could come back, and you could see here where I smacked it twice, made those little dents, and now I could come back and just kind of chip those out. You go all the way down, and it just leaves. Now when I come back for that bevel to fit there so it doesn't influence it, I could take my mallet, nice big old mallet, could be a hammer, smack, smack, and I only have to do this outer edge because remember with the saw it cut down all the way here, but as I go, and now I could take the next little level out and get it right up out of the way. And I'm just gonna go all the way down because it's fun. And it doesn't matter, I have the bevel down. It doesn't matter if you do it this way, if you do it, I'm just used to doing it that way. And we'll go ahead and get this side. And this isn't cut yet, this line. This is going with the grain. If I go and hammer this with the grain, I take a chance on splitting the wood. So that's a whole different thing for another time. I handle that quite similar to what I'm doing here. Just nice and steady as she goes. This seems real time consuming. It really isn't. And once I could get down to that far, now I could take my router plane and just gouge all that out after I get this back side. But I don't hammer. I just place it just short of on the line. And I just kind of press it in. See that nice little cut there? And see how it moved back to the line? Just pressing on it. I'm not even hammering on it. So I'm going to stay off the line a little bit and press down. And now when I come back and see how that, on the end grain it just busted right out, but as I do on this end, it wants to tear all the way down, so you have to kind of watch that. So I'm going to go this way and work towards it, and so forth, you know, all the way down until we get a nice, then I could come in and route that out.